right, my friends, for today's math lesson, I am on lesson 18 in the second half of our Green Math Practice Book on page 73. Now we're still working on addition. I know we took it back a little while to work on some place value to help us prepare once again for addition. So let's take a look at number 1. I want us to solve this using a combination of two strategies. I know across the board we are all super comfortable with quick tens. I could tell from our assessments. But now I want you to use quick tens and either a number bond or expanded form. I think that seeing those quick 10 drawings is really going to help us grasp the tens and ones that we need to use expanded form and number bonds. So let's give number 1 a try. 74 plus 21 equals blank. So I'll draw out 74 first. How many tens do I have in 74? I have 7 tens, so I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And now, how many ones does 74 have? It has 4 ones. So I will draw 1, 2, 3, 4 little dots. Now I'll draw out 21. How many tens are in 21? 2 tens, right? So I have 10, 20. And how many ones are in 21? Just 1. Now let's use a number bond. So I'm trying to break up the numbers 74 and 21. Let's do 74 first. So how many tens are in 74? 7 tens, right? Or 70. And how many ones? 4 ones. How about the number 21? How many tens does 21 have? It has 2 tens or 20. And how many ones? Just 1. Now notice how for 70 and 20, I made sure I added that 0 here. I noticed on some of our assessments that we were not adding the 0. We would just write either a 7 or a 2. But that wouldn't be correct, right? Because 7 plus 4 would not give me 74, right? 2 and 1 would not give me 21. So remember that both of our parts, we need to be able to add them to make our total. Awesome. So now let's add up our tens and our ones. Let's do ones first. So I've got 4 on this side, 1 on this side. 4 plus 1 equals 5. Now let's add up our tens, 20 and 7, or 2 tens and 7 tens. That would give me how many tens? 9 tens. So now in my place value chart, I can have tens and ones. I have 9 tens and 5 ones. What number do I really have? 95. Now for number 2. 79 plus 21 equals blank. So I'll draw out 79 first. How many tens are in 79? 7 tens, so that's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. And how many ones are in 79? 9 ones. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now let's draw 21. How many 10s are in 21? 2 10s. So that is 10, 20. And how many ones? Just 1. Let's stick with using number bonds. So we're trying to break up 79 and 21 into 10s and 1s. Let's do 79 first. How many 10s do I have? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 10s, which is the same as 70. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ones. Now for 21. How many 10s do I have? 1, 2, which is the same as 20. And I have just 1 1. So let's add up our ones first. I have 9 and 1. So I'll do 9 plus 1 equals 10. Ooh, but wait a minute. If I were going to put that in my place value chart, I wouldn't be able to write a 1 and 0 in one column, right? So I have to write my 0 here and put my other 10 here as a placeholder. Now I can add that when I add up my 10s. Don't forget to regroup. So let's add up my 10s now. I have 70, or 7 10s, plus 20, or 2 10s. How many 10s do I have altogether? 9 10s. But wait a minute, I forgot to add in this little guy. So now I have 9 10s plus 1 10. What does that give me? That would be 10 10s. But once again, I cannot write 2 numbers in the same column. So I've got to regroup again. So I will put my 0 here and bring my 1 over to my hundreds place. So what is my final answer? 79 plus 21 equals 100. Let's move on to number 3. 46 plus 34 equals blank. Let's draw 46 first. How many 10s do I have? I have 4 10s, so 10, 20, 30, 40. And now how many 1s do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1s. Now let's draw 34. How many 10s do I have in 34? I have 3 10s. So 10, 20, 30. Now how many 1s do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. Let's do a number bond again. So we have 46 on one side and 34 on the other. So let's break up 46 first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 10s, or 10, 20, 30, 40. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1s. Now for 34. I have 1, 2, 3 10s, or 10, 20, 30. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 1s. Awesome. Let's add up our 10s first. 40, or 4 10s, plus 30, or 3 10s, equals how many 10s altogether? That would be 7 tens. Now let's add up our ones. I have 6 and 4. 6 plus 4 equals 10. Let's put it in our place value chart. I cannot fit 2 digits in the same column, so I'm going to have to regroup a 10. So I will put a 0 in the ones place, add my 1 right here as a placeholder, and now I'll have to add my 7 tens. What is 7 tens plus 1 10? That would be 8 tens. So what is my answer? 80. Now for number 4. 58 plus 34 equals blank. Let's draw out 58 first. How many tens do I have? I have 5 tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now how many ones do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's draw 34 as well. I have 3 tens, so 10, 20, 30, and 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stick with number bonds. And we're going to break up 58 and 34. So how many tens do I have in 58? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 tens or 50. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. Now for 34. I have 1, 2, 3 tens or 10, 20, 30. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ones. Awesome. Let's add up our ones first. I have 8 and 4. So 8 plus 4 equals 12. Now let's add up our tens. I have 50 or 5 tens and 30 or 3 tens. How many tens do I have all together now? I have 8 tens. Let's put it in our place value chart. Let's do ones first. I have 12, but I cannot fit a 2-digit number into one little column. So I'll have to regroup that 10. I'll put the 2 in the ones place and bring the 10 down here as a placeholder. Now let's add in the rest of my tens. What is 8 tens plus 1 10? That would be 9 tens. So what is my answer? 92. Moving on to number 5. 35 plus 14 equals blank. Let's draw it out first. How many tens are in 35? I have 3 tens, so 10, 20, 30. Now how many ones are in 35? 5 ones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's draw 14. How many tens do I have? Just 1, right? So 10. And how many ones do I have? I have 4 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stick with number bonds for this lesson. So we're breaking up 35 and 14. So how many tens does 35 have? It has 1, 2, 3 tens, or 10, 20, 30. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ones. All right, now for 14, how many tens does it have? Just one, right? Or 10. And how many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's add up our ones first. I have 5 and 4. So 5 plus 4. That would give me 9. Now let's add up our tens. I have 30, or 3 tens, plus 10, or 1 10, equals 4 tens. Now we'll put it in our place value chart. I have 9 ones and 4 tens. What's my answer? 49. Moving on to number 6, I have 35 plus 18 equals blank. Let's draw 35 first. I have 3 tens, or 10, 20, 30. And I have 5 ones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's draw 18. How many tens do I have? I have 1 10, so 10. And how many ones do I have? I have 8 ones, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's fill out our number bonds. All right, 35 and 18 are our totals. Let's break up 35 into tens and ones first. How many tens does 35 have? 3 tens, right? Or 10, 20, 30. And how many ones does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now for 18. How many tens does 18 have? Just 1 10, right? So 10. And how many ones does 18 have? It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 ones. Now let's add up our ones first. I have 5 and 8. So 5 plus 8 equals 13. Now let's add up our tens. I have 30, or 3 tens, plus 10, or 1 10. And that equals 4 tens. Awesome. Let's put our ones in our place value chart first. I have 13, but I know I will not be able to put 2 digits into one little column. So I'm going to write my 3 here and then take this 10 and regroup it into my tens column. This is my placeholder. Now let's add 4 tens plus that 1 10. That would be 5 tens. So what is our answer? 53. Now, if you need extra practice with this, my friends, you can work on Lesson 18's homework on page 76, or Lesson 19's problem set on page 75 and 76. And you can even do Lesson 19's homework on pages 77 and 78.